Most of us don't need more stuff, but I think a lot of us need to pay attention to how we're feeling. And I'm noticing, not just because of COVID, there's just a little bit too much stress. And if you feel like you'd like to figure out how to let go of some of your stress, I'm going to show you right now. It's an aspect of yoga called restorative yoga. And it's really a form of self-care or self-love, because you just can't rely on other people taking care of you or knowing when you need the care, can you? You're it. So this is real easy. You're going to need 3 pillows. A bolster is nice, or another pillow. Something to put under your neck. An iPad. I have these here because when we relax, when we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, our body temperature goes down. So you want to stay warm. And the other thing I have here is a blanket. So all you need here, and by the way, I'm using my yoga blocks because I'm going to place my arms on these pillows. Basically, I am going to elevate everything to bring all of my bodily fluids, or at least a lot of it, back into the core of my body to nurture, to be replenished, to be revitalized. And this is a technique, by the way. It's about 20 minutes. So having a phone that you can set, in fact, if you're going to do this, set it for 30 minutes because it might take you 10 minutes to set up, or an alarm clock, or if you have a friend who would come and get you. But there's no shoulds about how long to stay in here. The only thing is that you need to know is that your parasympathetic nervous system, as opposed to your sympathetic fight or flight, your parasympathetic is your rest and digest. It's also the aspect of your nervous system that restores, heals, balances your body and your mind. So this is like a 20-minute vacation. Let's go. I got this blanket ready to roll over top of me. So unless you have help, just get your things ready. Take your time. So you want your buttocks to be right up against the sofa. This pillow underneath your glutes, your butt, your sacrum, and your kidneys. You want to support your kidneys. This blanket that I rolled up is supporting my neck. Okay, so I'm going to roll down the blanket. I'm going to put my mittens on. You want to be warm and you want to be comfortable. You can't fudge this. It's got to be real. So you want to take the time. You've set your alarm. Take the time to elevate your arms, relax your legs. If you've got the bolster, bring it up towards your knees so that it's right in the hook between your calves and your thighs. And listen, this isn't any different really from going to bed at night and making sure you've got just the right amount of covers, that your pillow's just right, that you've brought your blankets up as high as you like. This is important, even if you just have a bandana. But this is an eye bag. You can get them. You can get them with lavender in them, which is such a healing aroma. So I'm just going to wiggle around here to let that which is touching the ground settle down. So once you're feeling supported, with your eyes closed, checking in with your breathing. On an inhale, your belly rises. And on an exhale, let your lower back relax. Inhaling, your belly, your diaphragm is expanding, and it's pressing up on your lungs to push your chest up. Exhaling, letting go. If at any time you need to tweak something, remember, you're worth it. You need it. Our adrenals are stress glands that sit on top of the kidneys, which are now being supported with the pillow, need rest. When our bodies are in a perpetual state of stress, flummoxed, our minds are going 1,000,000 miles an hour. Your body is in distress. Even the average family doctor today knows that stress is behind 75% of disease. So what you're doing right now is healing, rejuvenating, balancing, and restoring harmony and equanimity for your body and your mind. Think about feeling calm when your kids are all excited, fighting over some toy, being ornery at the dinner table. It doesn't change anybody else's behavior. But when you are in a state of feeling more relaxed, having more mental clarity, basically you've got more bandwidth to handle the normal, everyday stressors, whatever they are. We're not going to escape stress. They'll always be there. But for 20 minutes or more, you can have an experience that might even have you leaving your body We do leave our bodies. I like to think of the times in bed where I feel as though I'm asleep. Well, all of a sudden, my body jerks awake. Did I have a rough landing when I came back into my body? I think so. Have you ever imagined when you were resting or sleeping that you visited a foreign country? That you remember vividly walking down the old streets of Greece? I've actually never been to Greece, but I've had the feeling that I went there. It's called astral traveling. Whether I did or didn't doesn't matter. Knowing that our bodies can sometimes weigh us down, along with some of the things that go on in life that grind us down. You can choose to take 20 minutes to move to a different place and space that will restore your energy, have you feeling calm, peaceful, and dare I say more loving, patient, kind, towards the people you share your home with. Or if you live alone like me, that you simply have more energy, calm, steady energy, not jacked up caffeine, sugar-coated energy. That's like a roller coaster. Yoga has everything you need to create a more peaceful, healthful, calming, centered, grounded you. Stop looking outside of yourself or in your refrigerator or your liquor cabinet or online for something to soothe the savage beast in you. If the savage beast is within, how in the world can you cure it from outside? It doesn't make sense. If you find your mind wandering towards unpleasant thoughts, worries, or concerns, just tell yourself you'll deal with it as soon as you can. Like later, babe. And then bring your awareness, your attention back to your breathing. Notice your body moving on your inhalation and on your exhalation. Stay with your breath. It is impossible to run another story while you follow your breath. You're the boss. Your mind is not your boss. Your mind works for you. And if it's not working for you, it's your responsibility. And I'm telling you, like the muscles in your arms and your legs, you can train your mind to behave the way you want it to behave. This could be new information for you. Or perhaps it's just a reminder. If you think of your mind like a vinyl record, if you don't know what it is, maybe I could use the furrows in a field. Suffice to say, they're grooves. And what we put into those grooves, or how often the needle runs through the groove, fortifies what that record plays back to you. It plays you a song. Or in the field, it grows whatever seeds you planted. Now, most of us are having between 50 to 75,000 thoughts a day. That's pretty crazy. What's really crazy is that they're your thoughts and you're not even aware of them. Not all of them. How could you be? 50 to 75,000 thoughts a day? If all you did was focus on all the stuff you thought about, you wouldn't get anything done. So if it's also true that about 75% of those 50 to 75,000 thoughts are counterproductive, useless, negative, repetitive. Well, now we're back to the record. Do you like the song it's playing in your head, all those thoughts? Do you like what you're growing in the garden of your mind? Not so much? Now what? Stop thinking the same thoughts over and over, like stop planting seeds that'll grow weeds. And when we think different thoughts, the needle doesn't create the same groove. It creates a new groove. Because being mindful is the first step, awareness, to changing something in your life that you're sick and tired of. Remember, you're not changing anybody else. Here's something to chew on. For things to change, I must change. I'll say it again. For things to change, I must change. Now, if you're finding some resistance right away, just know that that's your ego. Your ego's a little lazy and narcissistic, argumentative, and full of resistance. And there's a reason for that. Your ego would rather be right than happy. Yeah. That's all. Rather be right than happy. Take a big deep breath and exhale. And I want you to take a couple more big deep breaths because I've just given you a lot to chew on. And I want you to let it go because you can come back to this video anytime you like. You can come back to these ideas if you want. The most important thing right now is that you let go. That you feel your body, your physical body, no longer waiting for the other shoe to drop. No longer making demands on yourself or anyone else. This is your time to be. Never forget you're a human being. not a human doing. And if you experienced any resistance, just notice it. Just notice it and say, wow, I'm feeling a lot of resistance. Woo-hoo, big deal. Just notice it. When we stop attaching ourselves to some of the stuff that we think, which is, I don't know, meaningless, negative, argumentative, just call it resistance. When you resist, why don't you just sort of exhale the idea of resistance and just choose openness. Just choose openness within your heart, within your mind, within your body. Because when the door is open, there can be a flow, an idea that flows in, and we check it out, and we think, no, I don't think that's a great idea. I can let that one go. And open up for the next idea. Highly creative, inventive people know that there's something like a gap between your doing and your thinking when something from you don't know where flows into your mind. And it's like a spark that ignites, that is the solution, the resolution to something that you've been trying to figure out. It can also be that incredible moment of peace that passeth all understanding. It's a gap that may not have words. This restorative yoga posture may only serve your physical being, your body. That in itself is huge. But it may also present an opportunity for something to well up from your subconscious or unconscious mind that will be so useful. You'll be so grateful. And it just could be the seed that grows into the mighty oak tree. In a sense. Check in with your bodies. How are you feeling? It's possible that you left your body. You might not even be able to hear me right now. That's fine. I invite you to stay in this posture of restorative yoga for as long as you like. The light in me wants to serve and benefit and grow the light within you. Namaste.